Hello. Hello, Mr. Doctor. I hope you're ready for another grueling task from the Nintendo Ninjas.
No.
Delightful. This time, wait. You're not using your trademark sarcasm and disdain. What's going on?
I'm just. Miss Plague and I are no longer together.
There was a Miss Plague?
Of course there was a Miss Plague. Now I just feel lost. So feel free to do whatever you want with my Switch. I don't care anymore, just leave me alone.
We had no... Wait, Doctor. Forget the grueling task. This is no time to burden you with more hardships. We demand that you play some comfort games and that will be all.
Wait, why are you being all understanding and trying to help me? I thought you hated me.
You are indeed a filthy criminal who pirates our older games, but we've taken a liking to you. Besides, we've been there, and we have felt your pain.
I don't know what to. Thank you.
Oh, one last thing. Make it a collaborative effort. Get your friends involved, Mr. Doctor. You don't have to go through this alone. Get well soon so we can go back to torturing you again. Ninjas out!
Hello there, patients. Your favorite doctor here, Dr. Plague, and... Well, as you might have already figured out, I'm not feeling very good. So, what do you do when you're down and out and feel like your world is crumbling apart? One option is to return to your comfort games. Those games that make you forget about all your grievances and sorrows and provide you with mindless fun and a sense of happiness, as small as it might be. So today, we will be discussing the effect of comfort games, why do we return to them on bad times, how they can be different for all people and their healing effect. Let's talk about it. Let's start by defining what comfort games are exactly. Comfort games might differ from person to person, but in essence, they are those games that give you a sense of peace and calmness. Games that you feel relaxed when playing or that give you a sense of nostalgia, taking you back to simpler and better times. Most of the time, comfort games are related to games that you enjoyed a lot back when you were a kid or games that got you through hard times in the past. Other times, they can be games that you discover for the first time that are so calming and relaxed that are able to put you in a chill mindset and mood. There are a lot of different comfort elements when it comes to media and regular day-to-day objects, like comfort movies, music, books, and even food, but all share a common element: familiarity and relaxation. I have some games that I come back to when I'm feeling blue, but it's been a long time since I've needed it this badly, so before I start rambling about why I return to specific experiences, I've made this a collaborative effort as per the Nintendo Ninjas' demand, and asked some friends about their comfort games, and now I want to share those experiences with you as well, so let's see what they had to say. I am, of course, providing nicknames to protect the identity of my people and thus make sure their safety and personal integrity won't be compromised by being associated to a high-profile personality like me. The first of my friends to give me their opinion was Poten. When you think about comfort games, you probably think about relaxed experiences, easy and quiet games, but not him, given that his choice for a comfort game is Resident Evil 2. In his own words, I like to beat this game every year and try to beat my own personal record in terms of time and performance. I wait all the way until December in order to get rusty and forget muscle memory and item placement to make the game more challenging. I also play without saving, so if I die, I have to start the game all over again. It's just so fun to me. Then we have Ed Boy. For him, nostalgia is a very important factor when discussing comfort games. As my first console was a SNES, I enjoyed coming back to the games I used to play in that console, most specifically the Mega Man X games. Those are games I know I can beat easily and thus enjoy the ride and reminisce about my childhood. As for a game that gives me peace of mind and happiness, I have to go for Terraria. Not only I enjoy the game mechanics and ambience, but I've had a lot of fun playing this game with my friends for hours on end, and that is something that I hold dear to my heart. As for my dear friend Douche, we have Digimon World. It's hard for me to see an unbeatable game as a comfort game, but as he says, Digimon World was the game that pushed me forward to learn English when I was a kid. I have always loved Tamagotchi and digital creatures, so Digimon World was right up my alley. Taking care of my creatures and making sure they were properly fed and trained, combined with that charming old pixel art, the environments and the super relaxing music, make it an experience that compares to none. As an additional experience, I have Journey. Going through the desert and enjoying the landscape makes me feel at ease. As for Dush's girlfriend, Jahaxalot, she mentioned one of the most popular comfort games ever, Stardew Valley. I love the relaxing nature of the game. I enjoy exploring the open world, taking care of the plants and the farm and see the landscapes. As additional experiences, I have the Lilo and Stitch game for the PS1 and Super Mario 64 that play into the nostalgia factor and remind me of my childhood. As it's been made obvious by my friends' answers, comfort games can vary a lot from person to person. So, what are the games I play when I'm feeling down like in this moment? I have multiple games depending on the situation. Sometimes, comfort games can take you back to your childhood, an era when everything was simpler and more joyful. Going back to games you played when you were a kid can activate those nostalgia sensors in your brain. In my case, I tend to go back to some classics from the PS1 era. Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3 are games that I hold close to my heart and can beat in less than 1 or 2 hours, which is perfect for a quick session between mental breakdowns. Except for that time when I beat Crash Bandicoot 3 on 101% in a single day because I had lost control of my life. Other games from my childhood that I go back to in hard moments are Crash Team Racing, Muppet Monster Adventures, or Ape Escape. You know me, I'm a platformer guy through and through. But wait, comfort games are not only related to nostalgia, but can also be games that take off the burden of your shoulders via gameplay, aka games where you can destroy things, go on a rampage, or beat the absolute crap out of somebody. In this specific case, I can say that when things are looking dire, I always go back to Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Driving through Los Santos is an experience like no other, just going around watching the environment, blasting to some Radio X tunes, and getting to experience the chaos caused by some random NPCs like a police chase or a bystander jumping right in front of your car. However, if destruction is your thing, you can always fool around with all the cheat codes that the game has, like flying cars, violent bystanders, instant 6-star wanted level, etc. The possibilities are endless when it comes to wreaking havoc in this place, which ironically can be relaxing and cathartic as hell. Fighting games can also work in this case, but I'm not a big fighting game guy, so instead I take a steel chair and ram it into someone's skull. That's right, we're going wrestling, baby. And my choice for this is one of the, if not the finest wrestling game ever made, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. There's some magical aura when coming back to this game. The soundtrack is on point, the controls are amazing, the roster is fantastic, even though it's a victim of its own era with big stars of '06 like Lance Cade, Kid Cash, Paul Burchill, Super Crazy and Vito. Anyway, this game might look primitive in comparison to some more modern outings, but back in the day it was revolutionary. So when feeling blue, nothing better than having a few laps by yourself or with a friend by hitting each other with every weapon known to mankind, falling off the Hell in a Cell, playing a 30 minutes Money in the Bank 5-star match in the Tokyo Dome, or why not changing the timeline and saving the Benoit family. This game has it all and is a stress reliever like no other. There are also some great modern comfort games like Animal Crossing. This game provides the fulfillment of the ultimate modern fantasy, owning your own house. Of course, you have to work your ass off selling fruit, fish and insects to pay for your house, or invest in the turnip market, which, in New Horizons, it was insane back on the pandemic. I made millions of bells. With this latest game in the franchise, we have to remember that it was released just as the pandemic was beginning and the lockdown was being put into effect, so this was a perfect way to socialize with your friends while being in your house, and even though the options were kinda limited, you could have a lot of fun visiting your friends' towns and messing around. Shame that I can't visit my town in this moment due to the magic of the Nintendo Ninjas' console breaker. Not to mention that if my Switch can't be repaired, I'll lose my town for good. Thanks a lot for not making Animal Crossing compatible with cloud saves, Nintendo, you silly clowns. Well, that will be all for today, my patients, and you know what? I'm feeling a little bit better now. Games are truly a work of art, capable of enticing different feelings and emotions. They can be a safe place among all the horrible things that happen in life. And even though people come and go, games are forever by your side, just as the memories you choose to keep from those people, like this mobile with loving phrases or this Homer Pennywise statue that were given to me by Miss Plague. And unlike other times, today I choose to keep the good memories and be thankful instead of spiteful. Do you have any other comfort games you go back to when feeling sad or overwhelmed? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, one game a day keeps the plague doctor away. Wait a second. There's one game that I forgot to mention. One of the best games ever created. One game that really makes me feel green.